All right, ladies, I want you to take a second and think about this, okay? Why do some women seem to attract commitment, respect, and emotional consistency from a man, while others keep running into breadcrumbing, confusion, and mixed signals? Why is it that two women can look equally beautiful, be equally kind and smart, but one gets taken seriously while the other one gets taken for granted? It's not luck, it's not looks, and it's definitely not about playing games or manipulating your way into someone's heart. It's about mental strength. Because the truth is that men respond differently to a woman with a strong mind, okay? Not a woman who's guarded, jaded, or emotionally shut down, but a woman who's grounded, who trusts herself, who knows her value, and who doesn't bend it for anyone. And by the time this video is over, you're going to understand exactly how to become that kind of woman. If you're new here, my name is Ismael Gomez. I'm a coach, writer, and speaker, and today we're going to talk about 3 powerful mindset shifts that will change the way that you carry yourself in love and in life. Because when your mind is strong, you don't need to convince anyone to choose you, okay? They recognize your worth through the calm confidence in your energy that no longer seeks validation. All right, so let's begin. Number 1, stop over-explaining. All right, ladies, so let's be honest. How many times have you typed out a long emotional text message hoping that if you explain yourself clearly enough, it would change how a man saw you, that he would suddenly realize your value or regret pulling away or finally step up? It's completely normal, okay? All of us have done it, but the truth is that mentally strong people don't beg to be understood, okay? They don't flood someone's phone with paragraphs hoping that their sincerity will win someone back. They communicate clearly, directly, and with intention, and they let their boundaries speak louder than their explanations. Now, let me show you an example from one of the women inside my program, okay? She went out with this guy a few times, and then one evening, he kind of forgot to call her back. Now, take a look at their text messages because this is a great example of exactly what we're talking about today. So he texted, "Hey, my apologies. I had an unexpected job yesterday for a no heat emergency. I'll call you tomorrow, ? And she replied, "Hey, oh no, that sounds stressful. Hope that you were able to fix the issue and that everything went smoothly. I've been reflecting on our conversation since you called. I do have a date in the late afternoon, so before 3 p.m. or around 8 p.m. is best for me. Looking forward to hearing your voice." Now, is this message kind and thoughtful? Yes, but it's also overly detailed, emotionally revealing, and gives him all the power in the situation. So as an exercise, I showed her what I would have texted him instead. And here's how I changed it. "Hey, oh no, that sounds stressful. Hope you were able to fix the issue. I'm free before 3 p.m. or around 8 p.m. if that works for you." So as you see, this new version is short, clear, no pressure, no over-explaining, just grounded communication that respects her time and energy. Understand that over-explaining is usually a symptom of insecurity, okay? You're trying to convince someone that your feelings are valid or that you're worth sticking around for. But a strong woman knows that if someone wants to understand her, they will. And if they don't, no explanation in the world is going to change that. So next time that you feel the urge to send a long message explaining all of your emotions, just pause, ask yourself, am I sharing this because I feel grounded or because I want to be understood, validated, or chosen? Because sometimes even the need to be understood is just another way to trying to earn love. Remember, you're not here to convince anyone to care. You're here to connect with someone who already does. Number 2, keep the energy in your body. Okay, so what does it actually mean to keep the energy in your body? Okay, it means not chasing, not overreaching, not letting your emotional reactions pull you away from yourself. Imagine yourself like a magnet, okay? The moment that you start over-explaining, overthinking, or over-trying when a man pulls away, most of your energy starts leaving your body. So now you're no longer magnetic. And a woman with a strong mind doesn't give her power away the moment that something shifts, okay? She doesn't spiral because a man texts less. She doesn't beg for clarity to protect her ego. She notices, but she doesn't unravel. And then you might go to the opposite extreme and think that emotional strength is shutting down or pretending that you don't care, but it's not. Real strength is knowing the difference between reaction and response. So let's say for a moment that the man you've been dating starts to pull away, okay? He cancels plans, the messages slow down. Everything in you wants to close the gap, to demand answers, to fix it. But instead of chasing him energetically, okay, you pause, you breathe, you return to yourself, you redirect that energy into your body, your life, your peace. You move it through the gym, a walk, your friends, meditation, and in doing so, you send a silent but unmistakable message. I don't panic when you pull away. I don't lose myself because you're inconsistent. I'm not here to audition, I'm here to choose. And that kind of energy is felt without any words, okay? Because men are not drawn to women who need them to feel whole, okay? They're drawn to women who are already whole and simply choose to share their light. That's how you stay magnetic, by keeping your energy in your body where it belongs. Look at anyone that comes out of an unhealthy relationship, and the one thing that they all say is that I feel drained. And that's because toxic dynamics don't just break your heart, they bleed your energy bit by bit until you're no longer yourself. Because ladies, sometimes you need to understand that it's not just that you're giving love, you're also giving your life force, okay? You're giving your time, you're giving your energy. And the moment that you give all of that, okay, that you're constantly reaching, is that you're emptying yourself. Again, you're not keeping the energy in your body. And final, number 3, you are the clarity. So here's something that most people never tell you, and that is that when a man says that he's confused, he's not. When a man says that he doesn't know what he wants, he does. And when a man says, let's just see where this goes, he already knows where it's going. But you know what's even more powerful than seeing through the noise is not needing it in the first place, okay? A mentally strong woman doesn't chase clarity. She is the clarity, okay? She doesn't wait around hoping that someone else will define the relationship or make her feel secure. She leads with self-respect and lets alignment, not attachment, guide her decisions. And let me give you an analogy, okay? You don't ask anyone what's 2 + 2 because you already know the answer. We only ask for answers when we don't trust ourselves to see what's right in front of us, okay? If you're constantly questioning where you stand, it's time to stop looking at him and start looking within. Do you know what you actually want? Do you know what your standards are? And more importantly, are you honoring those standards even when your heart is tempted to settle? Because the truth is that you already have the answers. You already know when something feels misaligned. The only thing left to do is to trust yourself enough to act on that knowing. And if you're not there yet, okay, if you're still learning to build that trust, to hold your standards, to stay grounded in your value, that's completely okay, all right? Like, don't punish yourself. Growth doesn't happen overnight, but every time that you choose self-respect over self-doubt, you get stronger. Every time that you listen to your gut instead of your fear, you get more confident. So instead of waiting for a man to tell you where you stand, become the kind of woman who doesn't even need to ask. All right, ladies, so to wrap things up, let's go back to our 3 big takeaways, okay? Number 1, stop over-explaining. Keep your energy in your body and trust that the clarity you're looking for is already within you. Now, I've got a fun little exercise for you, okay? Something that I do with the women inside my program, and I want to bring it here too, okay? I want you to drop a text message that you sent to a man that in hindsight, it felt way too long or like you were over-explaining yourself. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in and reply with a simplified, stronger version of what I think you should have said, all right? Of course, I'm not going to be able to reply to everyone, but at least I'll try to do 10 of them, okay? Let's say 10. So I can help you sharpen your texting game because less is more. Anyways, thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'm glad that you chosen me to learn about self-love, dating, and relationship dynamics because like I always say, for your relationships to change, you need to change, okay? Have a beautiful day.